What's up, guys? This is Tyssassin, and welcome back to another episode. It's episode 39, and today we're starting things off right where we left off here, and we're going to head down and talk a little bit about the furnace smelter. So last episode we built this crazy 64 furnace smelter, and if you didn't catch it, I put together a design that allows us to smelt more than one item at once. So we can use the 32 furnaces on this side and the ones on this side for two different items, and I've made some adjustments to timings and things like that. And I just wanted to mention one thing that I did. If you're ever gonna take on a project like this yourself, I've added some delay in. So if we turn on all the furnaces, now what will happen is it's going to allow some time for items to get to the minecarts before they actually fire off. And there's basically just a comparator, like decaying comparators clock. I don't know what you call that. Anyways, and then eventually all the minecarts will go off and the furnaces will start smelting and everything like that. It does turn back off pretty quickly, so we don't have to worry about, you know, minecarts, unloaded chunks, that whole thing. But turning it on will take a little bit of time, which is fine. I'm generally going to turn this on and then it'll, you know, do its thing and I'll walk away. But yeah, it does allow all the furnaces to turn on at once instead of, you know, just some of them, and then the minecart collects enough items and it turns on all of them. So hopefully evens things out a little bit, which is good. And yeah, let's get into the episode here, guys. So the first thing that I want to do is jump back into the challenge. So if you don't know, we are in the process of collecting a stack of every item in the game, and yeah, we skipped a couple episodes, but we're back in it with the acacia and birch wood items and some leaves and saplings and one extra one because it didn't fit in this box. So I've updated the book, and we're on page 8 now. So acacia, birch, leaves, saplings, and there we go. So that's gonna bug me. How does that normally... It's like that. There we go. So what I'd like to do, actually, is I want to put these away because they're in the way right now, and it's kind of irritating. So we're going to stick those in that little chest there. We'll leave this for now until we get more shulker boxes than can fit in that chest. The other thing that I wanted to do, you may have noticed in my inventory, I have some books. I went over to Villager Island and picked up some unbreaking books, and it's finally time to make our elytra a little bit more long-lasting, because these things, they do on occasion break, and yeah, it's super irritating. So we're gonna go ahead and put those in there. We're gonna have to get ourselves another anvil, but that's okay. So yeah, we've got a bunch of mending elytra. I've got one on my back as we speak, and yeah, things are gonna be a little bit better. So let's go ahead and really quickly replace this anvil. If you don't know, I don't know how to make an anvil, so I'm gonna use the cheater crafting menu, and I've got my beacons with me, and there's a reason for that. We're gonna head back over to Villager Island right now, and yeah, we're gonna take care of some more building there. I've got a project that I've been working on in my redstone testing world, and yeah, it's gonna fit right in with our Villager Island, but I do need to collect some items real quick before we go, so I'm gonna do that and I'll meet you there. Alright, so before we get started here on the Villager Island, I want to provide a quick plug for myself. So I just released, yeah, it would be just released for you. It's not released yet, but it will be just released for you. I just released a modded Minecraft episode, which is super exciting, and it's something that you all have asked for quite a while, actually. It's been a common request. Play some modded, play this pack, play that pack. So we're playing SevTech Ages, and yeah, I think we're gonna make it into a series here on the channel. So it'll be in addition to this this series, and potentially in addition to the maps thing. I think I'll probably continue to play maps. It's pretty fun. So yeah, check it out. Even if you're a vanilla player and you don't do modded, it's a lot of fun, and it's not a very complicated pack. I mean, it's a complicated pack, but the beginning of it is pretty simple. So it's worth checking out, and I'd appreciate if you go take a look at it, because yeah, I had a lot of fun recording it, and it's gonna be a fun series. I think it'll be pretty cool for me because I am not a modded Minecraft pro. So I hope some of you guys, my loyal fan base will let me know all the things that I'm screwing up. So in the meantime, we are here on Villager Island, and I have a bit of a thing that I'd like to fix. So the villager breeder is right over here. If you're not familiar with Villager Island, we have a food farm over there, and basically food gets pumped into the villager breeder. We have a whole bunch of villager pairs down here and a guy up there detecting some doors, and those villagers get pumped into this system over here where we pick them up and send them off to a very large trading hall over there. So there's a couple things that I don't love about this. Number one, these guys can take damage, and that's fine. I don't mind that. It limits the number of entities that are over here, but the thing is sometimes they take enough damage and they go over there, and when they do enter the trading hall, they take a half a heart of damage. It's part of the design. There's a bit of soul sand back here, and they will take a half heart of damage. And sometimes that half heart of damage is enough to kill them. But if you trade with a villager, they do recover their health. So even if we had the guy in here who only had a half a heart left, if we were doing some trading before we sent him over there, we'd be good. We're also in the position right now where I'm sending a ton of villagers over here that don't make the cut, because we've already got these gold blocks represent perfect villagers. So we already have plenty of perfect villagers, including this guy, my favorite guy in the world, mending for 10. I know, it's super exciting. And we've got a ton of perfect farming villagers for various items, perfect priests. So we need to clean things up, filter things out. So what I'd like to do is basically put into work here a villager pickup system that allows us to only send in perfect villagers over there, which is, yeah, that's what we were looking for. So right here, I'm going to be cutting out some space, and we're going to be putting in a bit of a contraption that's going to allow us to pick up villagers, place them in a spot where I can trade with them, and then make a decision on if we keep them or if they go over to our villager trading hall. So going to be a little bit of work, and I've got a design that seems to be incredibly reliable. So what I need to do first is just get rid of some blocks over here and make a little bit of room for myself. And essentially what I'd like to do is have an area where I can kind of come in, do my trading, I have some storage and everything, and then connect it up with this and connect it up with the rails that are actually down here. This is our current pickup situation. We'll connect it with these rails and send people on their way. And I'll probably actually, this line right here goes all the way back to the trading center and allows us to send in new villagers. I will probably get rid of this line and recover all of this wonderful redstone. So yeah, luckily I have jump boost and I can get myself out of this hole. So I'll be back here in just a little bit. Let me get some blocks removed over here, and we'll start putting in some redstone. So most of this should be working now. We just need a couple of things, and yeah, stage 1 should be done. So basically we're going to be standing right here, and we're going to need one more of these. I got a little bit of the redstone done for you. So the villager is going to be hanging out on this block right here, and if we hit the green button, they're going to get pushed over onto some tracks and make their way onto the trading hall. And if we press the red button, this is going to get pulled back and they're going to fall into lava. Now there's a little bit more going on, and this is the reason why this redstone's kind of like all over the place, and that's because we're going to attach all of this to the villager pickup system. And essentially what I want to happen is that when I hit the green button or the red button, that the villager goes on its way, or goes to its death, and then on top of that, another villager comes and replaces it. So that's kind of the idea. Pretty simple idea. The design itself is a little bit complicated. There's two things that make it a little bit difficult. A, we've got to, basically make a pulse go to villager pickup system. But on top of that, I want to know if there's any villagers in the pickup system, so that way we're not hitting this dispenser, and actually it won't be this one, it'll be in a different spot, but we're not hitting this dispenser and shooting out empty mine carts, because that would be a waste. And yeah, with the way this villager trading hall works, I waste plenty of mine carts already, so yeah, I don't want to waste any more if possible. So yeah, but this part is working. The trapdoor here keeps the villager right in place, but moves out of the way for a moment while it gets pushed over onto rails, and then this one here, just drops down. So yeah, that's kind of the idea. We'll have storage and stuff, I think over here or maybe over there, depending on, kind of how this all plays out. But I'll have plenty of storage for items to trade with. And basically we'll go through the trades with a villager that we're interested in and see if they have a good trade. And I have a spreadsheet that I'm working off of that tells me what trades I already have and, which perfect villagers I already have and which ones I need. So we'll work off of that. And then, basically once we've made a few trades, we'll make a decision, yes or no, on whether it's going to make it to the trading hall. So yeah, a little bit more to do. Well, a lot more to do. So out the back, there's going to be some redstone that will connect to this thing. And that's kind of the next step. So yeah, probably going to need to dig a little bit more room out. This thing's starting to come together. I'm pretty pleased. So we have our green and red buttons, and I started surrounding some of this and finishing some of the redstone, and got a couple other ideas that I'd like to implement. So this redstone lamp, for example, I'd like to hook up to the dispenser and basically be able to tell if there's any minecarts in there, because I don't have anything in the system for that right now, and it'll be very subtle because it's just right back there. But when it turns off, I will certainly notice. I have hooked up our system here in the back so that either side, green or red, will pulse this line right here and go into an AND gate, which is yeah, really easy to make. It's just 2 torches, redstone in between, torch on the side. When these 2 torches turn off, the redstone turns off, this turns on, and it will go over and power our dispenser. So yeah, basically, in order to turn on the left side of the AND gate, we need a villager in this tripwire. And you can see that torch has turned off, and then a pulse from the system will turn off the other one, and another minecart will get released. So I do need to test it. Let's just simulate that there's something in there, because there's nobody in there right now. And let's go with a green. So good to go, and hopefully, yes. And then if we hit red, minecart will drop, and we should get another one. Yeah, easy as that. Easy as that. So we're going to have a fall to a death area down here somewhere. And I'm going to have a little bit of work to do on the mountain side because, yeah, we're going to have to do a tiny bit of terraforming, which is good. I actually didn't love how this mountain looked before, so we're gonna make some adjustments to it and make it look a little bit better. So I also am thinking if I can get up here, thank goodness for jump boost. Well, over there, let's grab an ender pearl here. Over here, I was thinking, how could we refill the system? So what I think we'll do is we'll have an item elevator right here, and it'll pop into this hopper and it will fill up the system with minecarts. So that way we'll have a way to put more minecarts in the system, and we'll do that, of course, when this redstone lamp turns off, which isn't hooked up quite yet. The other thing that I need to do, which I kind of started doing, is I need to hook up the villagers to this hole right here. So they'll fall down, or they'll float up, they'll fall down into there, and that's where the tripwire and everything is, and our pickup system. And then way down here at the bottom, there's a dark tunnel, and right here is villagers. There they are. Hopefully they don't escape, because we don't want that to happen. So I just need to adjust that. I think we might just take the chance that our current villagers in here are worthless, and just maybe find a place for them to go for a very long, forever time. So yeah, a little bit more to do, and I think we'll have a working system here very shortly. Oh, I already hooked up the rails as well, so the rails come down, and they go into the old rail system that goes off to the trader. So that's good to go. And in fact, we could test it as a villager really quickly. Let's grab a minecart, and we'll be a villager real fast just to show you kind of how this works. So we'll go over here, fall down, and green button. Yes. So there we go. And now there's going to be an empty... Oh no. All right, the system is complete. We've got the villagers going up the tube. We've got our item elevator in right here, and I think the redstone lamp for the minecarts telling us that we have enough minecarts should be working as well. The only thing I'd like to do is maybe enclose the minecart rail a little bit. It probably doesn't matter. But currently it's off, and I think if we add some minecarts in here, they're going to go underneath. I just did a hopper line because it's not very far, and there's not like a million hoppers in the area or anything like that, so I wasn't too worried about it. And yeah, this light should turn on any moment now. Yes. All right, so that works, and that's actually feeding off of this hopper right here. So as long as there's items in this hopper, then we'll be good, which means that we kind of have a buffer of 9 additional minecarts. So the final steps here, I need to, at least cover this up. I'd like to get to storage in here today, but I'm not sure if I'll have enough time, because what I'd really like to do is take care of covering up this mountain. So let me see if I can get a better vantage point here. Yeah, it needs some work. So we've got this little like divot and overhang thing. I think I might try to maintain that, but I want to bring it out here and then bring it out on the side. So a little bit of work to do there. Also, our villagers over here have mysteriously gone missing. Not sure what happened to them, but I hear that they're going to be just fine wherever they are. So down there is the like item stream, or not. It's like a villager stream. I've rerouted that as well, so we should start seeing villagers pop in here pretty much any time, and then once they do, we can actually start testing the system. So as far as I know, I've tested all aspects of the system. Everything should be working according to what I planned it to do. So yeah, just a little bit of design work to do here. I'm gonna probably start with this mountain. All right, I don't know, guys. Terraforming's not my expertise, so tell me what you think. Go down to the comments right now and let me know, does this look like a mountain? Is that... I did the best I could. I did the best I could. It looks all right. I'm okay with it. I'm pleased. I really fleshed out this side over here, and yeah, tried to make it kind of like this would be a cave. And I have a little bit of work to do on the stone part here, but I wanted to get into this area and actually put in, some wood and stuff. So we're going to do the same spruce and dark oak stuff that we've been doing in other builds. So like over here, for example, we have, spruce wood and dark oak stairs and slabs and stuff like that. So we're going to keep it the same. It's the same design that we did over here. So yeah, I think we'll go with that kind of design, and we'll have, some chests and stuff in there as well. And then just a quick note, while I was doing some terraforming, I thought I would take the liberty of fixing up the issue that we had over here where, this thing was hanging off a cliff. And so I just sort of extended the stone brick here, and yeah, unfortunately, we kind of have an issue like this right here. As soon as there's water, all of this is actually ocean biome. So I am as far out as I can be. So it looks good. I'm not totally crazy about it, but I'm okay with it. I think what I might do, just to make this exposure make a little bit more sense, is I might bring up the grass on this side or something like that. So that way some of this is actually underground and some of this is exposed, something like that. But we'll do that another episode. There's a little bit more design stuff to be done, like building some buildings and stuff like that. So we'll come back someday and take care of those things. But yeah, let me flesh this thing out, see if we can't get some storage fit in here, and maybe make this look a little bit more like a cave entrance. Okay, so it's done. It's all done. I didn't know if I would get to the design today, but yeah, it's all done. So you have to tell me, what you think about the cave entrance over here as well, because yeah, I don't know about it. I tried to make it look cool, but is what it is. I think what we'll do in the end is we'll probably like have a path that comes over here, and it'll, probably span the whole island. It'll be part of the design. But for now, we're ready to go. I've got this red shulker box, which we're going to put in there, and I've got some paper with me. We're going to use that here in just a second. I think I have, yeah, I think I just killed that path block. I think I'd like to dye this shulker box real quick, because I don't want a red shulker box in here. That stands out a little bit less. I'll fix that once it turns into grass again. So yeah, we got iron over here to build the mine carts. I realize I can kind of see in there, but that's okay. And then I've got a ton of mine carts in here, so we're going to feed some of them into the system as we do some testing. And yeah, let's grab this paper and let's test this thing out. So I'm going to go with a green just to get it going. And then we have a butcher, which is a red. Sayonara, he goes into a very hot place down there somewhere. Yeah, I got that all hooked up as well. And we're having a lot of lame villagers over here. Let's get a good one. A farmer, 181919. Sorry, buddy. See you later. I could have looked for his melon and pumpkin trades, but, you know, not so good. So obviously the red one works pretty well. Blacksmith, see you later. Let's see. Here we go. Librarian with a power 3 book. Let's do some quick trading, and I'll see what his trades are. Okay, we got a projectile protection 3 book for 26, which isn't great. Isn't great, but let's see if we can't unlock his last trade real quick and see kind of what else he has. We'll do a little bit more of the glass action here just to give us the best chance. There we go. What else you got there, guy? Luck of the sea. Okay, so he's not a good villager, but we're gonna give him the green button and he should go on his way. And yeah, let's go see at the trading hall how this works out. Hopefully we should see him pop up over here in just a second. Wow. That's really frustrating. I know where this guy came from. He was actually in our redstone earlier. Where am I? He was in our redstone earlier, and yeah, I didn't think he'd be any problem, so I left him alone, but clearly that's not the case. I don't know whether our villager is on that side or the other side of us because of my teleporting into blocks here, so let me find him real quick and see if he makes it into the system. Oh, here he is. Yes. Okay, so he's actually gonna go into a bad place, which is what we do with villagers that are less than perfect. So the system works, which is fantastic, and I don't recognize the area anymore while I'm flying. Yeah, so we can kind of hang out here and do our trading, and like I said, it'll be nice because we will only be sending perfect villagers over to our system. And yeah, this actual system itself with the pushing the minecart is very reliable. I've done a ton of testing on it in the redstone testing world that I have, and yeah, it works great. So I'm gonna cycle through a few villagers here and see if I can't get to the point where I've got no more villagers, and so that when I press the button, nothing happens, which is how you know. Yeah, actually, I might trade with you. So yeah, we might not do that. Let me see real quick here. How many villagers do we have left? Yeah, we have a ton in there. Okay, so that's a test that I'll have to do another day because I am out of time. And yeah, it's been a little bit of a lengthy episode, so hopefully you enjoyed it. I really think this here system is going to work out quite well, especially here in the future as we get to the point where we're, you know, only looking at perfect villagers and all of that. So should be a pretty good upgrade for us. But I do hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. And my friends, this has been Tyssassin, and I will see you in the next episode.
Meanwhile, across town in this less than fashionable cubbyhole of the San Francisco Examiner, these editors are programming today's copy of the paper into that same Ohio computer.